than 85% of the world's fish stocks have been overfished, leading to the fish species to have been pushed to or past their biological limit. This information comes from the Sierra Club, which is a nonprofit organization that fights against these causes or against these issues. At one point in your life, I'm pretty sure that you have consumed some type of fish. Well, sadly, if overfishing continues to happen, you may not be able to order your favorite seafood platter from that restaurant. From my research of these 6 credible sources, I've gained a lot of knowledge on the issue of overfishing, and just from some personal knowledge that I have learned from other sources, such as TV shows or newspapers, I can know how bad the subject can be. In this speech, I'm going to cover how overfishing is a problem and what is done to prevent it, and I'll also give you information on how overfishing happens, the cons of it, and what people have done or are doing to help the issue. I'm now going to go into covering what overfishing is and how it happened. So some people may not know what overfishing is, so I will now give you a little insight of what it is and how it happens. One of the main things that causes overfishing to happen is the new industrialized fishing industry, or the new industrialized fishing boats. So these large ships have large fishing nets that can catch a lot more fish and have a lot more boats out in the water. Since there is such a high demand for certain species of fish, one of these things with the industrialized fishing boats are that their large nets increase the number of the target fish that they are trying to catch. They're able to catch a lot more with those large nets. But a thing that's bad about these industrial fishing boats is that with the large nets, they also catch a large number of other species that are just thrown back into the water afterward. And according to an article of the Institute of Biology in Barcelona, Spain, she states that the fish that are thrown back, the other aquatic species that are thrown back into the water after being caught by the large fishing nets, have a very slim chance to actually survive since they are removed from their ecosystem. This kind of goes hand in hand with the large fishing boats, but they're also equipped with high-tech technology, such as fish finders, and boats can be equipped with multiple of them, which allows the workers to find the large schools of fish and basically just hunt them down and catch them, because that is what they're being paid to do. Now I'm going to go into covering the cons of overfishing and why it is bad for the environment and for the fish itself. One of the main things is that it can lead to a major decrease in the population of their ecosystem. So the fish are basically being removed faster than they can reproduce, because all the adult fish are the ones that are being caught or being taken mainly, and the small ones that are thrown overboard are either, like I said before, they're thrown over and they're least likely to survive, or they are just thrown back and they'll survive, but then they have to restart from ground one. Like small fish, you have to wait till it is able to get to the reproductive state, and then it actually has to reproduce and make the numbers back to what it was. Another con about overfishing is that overfishing of a certain species can also lead to the decrease in other aquatic species, such as sharks. Sharks are a main predator in the ocean, and if their food sources are removed, that also means that the number of sharks may start to decrease. I'm not going to go into what people have done to help with the issue of overfishing. So one of the things that here in Texas that has been done is that Texas Parks and Wildlife has issued statewide regulations that have helped against the overfishing of young fish to help with the reproduction of species. And also, the government has passed regulations on commercial fishermen that are not allow them to process certain fish that are on the verge of being basically extinct, their population being wiped out. And also around the United States, or also around the world, some fisheries are being government regulated to focus on producing the fish that are being the ones that are most targeted and also the ones that are on the verge of becoming extinct. I have now covered information on what overfishing is and its downfall, as well as what has been done or is being done to help against the issue. I hope what I've told you about overfishing has given you a greater understanding of how it happens, why it is bad, and what people are doing to help the issue. I appreciate your time here today to let me inform you about overfishing, because I believe it carries a very large negative effect on the aquatic life and their ecosystems today. Thank you. Have a good day.